Morning, everybody. It's Saturday, December the 2nd, 2017, and this is my 50-week duodenal switch update. And I'm coming to you the day after my 1-year surgeon's visit yesterday with my surgeon, Dr. Joel Rodriguez, here at Rio Surgical in San Antonio, Texas. I've never mentioned my doctor, but he is fantastic, and I love him very much. And so I thought I'd give him a shout out today. Anyway, I have so much to share today, and I hope this video goes well. I'm very nervous about this video. I'm going to be talking about my lab results, my vitamins, and some information I've received in the last day or two, and last several days that have me kind of spinning a little bit. But I want to say some thank yous to some friends, and we'll just go ahead and get started. So I started my journey last summer, in the summer of 2016, weighing over 450 pounds. By the time I had my first bariatric consult on July the 29th of 2016 with Dr. Rodriguez, my weight was 435. I started the ketogenic diet shortly thereafter, was able to lose 64 pounds pre-op. My surgery was December the 13th, 2016. At that time, I weighed 371 pounds. I have lost since surgery a total of about 108 pounds. And so my total loss is 172 pounds since my consult with my doctor, 187 pounds since last summer, and this week I weighed in at 263.8, which is a little over about a pound and a half this week that I lost. I wasn't perfect this week, but I was better. I've been working on increasing my fluids, increasing my protein, and that's kind of where I'm at. A couple big things that have happened this week, in case you are not interested in my labs and my vitamins that I'll be getting to in a few minutes, is that I did see this shoulder surgeon this week. I didn't really care for him too much, and I may be seeking a second opinion, but I was referred to physical therapy. I did call yesterday to find out why I hadn't heard from the physical therapy home health program, and they hadn't received my order. So I don't know when physical therapy is going to start, but basically, in a nutshell, back in August, I injured my shoulder at the gym. And I knew that it was injured, and I feared that it was something big. But basically, because of my vestibular condition, I stabilize a lot. You might notice that I'm very tight all the time. I have very tight shoulders, very tight back, very tight neck, because basically my world is in constant flux. I have no vestibular ocular reflex, and so my vision is very jumpy, and it's very, very disconcerting. So I'm constantly stabilizing to try to prevent myself from going crazy. So anyway, because of that, I'm constantly tight in my shoulder anyway. And because of the pain, I was very tight. So I have developed adhesive capsulitis, which is a frozen shoulder on top of what likely is a tear of my rotator cuff. And so the doctor says that we can't perform surgery until the adhesive capsulitis is worked out, even if there's still a lot of pain, and there probably will be. We are going to wait to do the MRI until my shoulder has more range of motion. So I have actually had adhesive capsulitis before as a diabetic and as a female in my 40s. I was more prone to frozen shoulder in the past, so along with my vestibular condition. So on my right side, I've had it in the past, and I was able to rehab that with therapy as well. So I'm working on that. I am hoping to go back to the gym next week, but just for light exercise in the pool. And that is something I really haven't done much in the last 3 months. So y'all know that for the past 10 weeks or so, I've pretty much been in a stall. And my brother has also been in a stall for about 3 months. And neither of us are perfect de-essers, but I think we're pretty good. And so one of the things that his doctor said was that he needs to increase his activity and go back to the gym or go to the gym. And so I'm going to do the same. With physical therapy and going back to the gym, I'm really hoping to see some improvement. One of the things I learned at my doctor's appointment yesterday was the actual length of my common channel. I have been comparing notes with folks lately, and I kind of suspected that my common channel was longer, just because I did ask for a traditional duodenal switch with 2 anastomosis, and I got that. But what I wasn't a real stickler on was the HES method. I knew I should be. We discussed it, but my doctor, when he did my measurements, and I didn't go into specifics with him yesterday, maybe I will down the line, but he opted to give me a common channel of 135 centimeters. Now, as many of you know, because I'm a pretty open book, I have not had a lot of issues with loose bowel movements. It's very rare. I keep my carbs very, very low, but it's extremely rare that I have problems with loose bowel movements. It's more often than not constipation. And so we kind of figured that that's probably the reason. So now I'm thinking maybe I'm not malabsorbing 80% of fats and 50% of protein. So I'm really having to rethink a lot of things. And it's kind of a bit disheartening because I really thought that I could be at goal by June. Now I'm going to have to work to get to goal by June. And I didn't want to work that hard, but I can do it. And I will do it. So 135 centimeters is a lot longer than some and just a bit longer than others, and then less than some. So people that have a loop DS maybe have twice what I have. But people who have a very, very aggressive DS might be as low as 60, 70 centimeters. So, that might explain why my labs are pretty stinking great. Maybe I'm not malabsorbing as much as other folks are. So alongside that, I found out, I'm going to post at the end of this video my brother's DS regimen. He uses the Dr. Stewart Duodenal Switch multivitamin. He takes twice a day. When I show the post, it will say once a day, but the recommendation is twice a day. And to be honest, he's taking a very similar regimen to what I'm taking currently and basing everything off my labs, yet he is and his labs look very similar to mine. Now we are only a year out. He has a loop DS and I have a traditional but longer common channel DS, and we're both doing about exactly the same, but I'm spending a lot more money for a 3-month supply of the Dr. Stewart multivitamin. For the duodenal switch that was formulated for the DS, he pays $40 for a 3-month supply. I'm spending significantly more than that. So my doctor said that if I wanted to try that for 3 months with labs, I could do that. I feel that I would have to supplement some, but I'm not sure how much. So I'm going to get into this here in a second. I want to give my shout outs right now. I want to thank Joni from Smile and Shrinking for helping me keep my head together, really encouraging me to just keep doing what I know to do and trusting my DS, and just, knowing that my body is healing from a long period of mess, and just that I just need to keep my head together. So one of the things I will be talking about is iron. Joni and I have decided to try this iron together. I am postmenopausal, so I'm going to only be taking one of these. This is carbonyl iron, and Joni's going to be taking 2. So we got it together on Amazon, and we started about the same time. And she's having her labs done in January. So we're going to see how she does with the Fiosol. And then I discussed with Heather from Heather Feathering, her iron regimen and her iron labs, and she's had a significant decrease in her ferritin. So she has started a new carbonyl iron. Can't remember what it's called. Vitiron C, I think it was called. Vitiron C. And so gosh, it's so confusing, this whole vitamin regimen. So let me get into some things. First of all, I wanted to say that, you know, with all of this weight loss and with my surgery and with my keto diet, there's so much to be grateful for. For example, my glucose during this lab was 80. My fasting glucose is 80. When I started this whole process, my fasting glucose was 272. I was a brittle diabetic, not controlled with insulin, with meds, with anything. I was brittle diabetic. I was a mess. And so we've had a decrease in my fasting glucose of 192. 192. And even since my last lab set, which was in late July, my glucose was 88 and now it's come down to 80. So I'm really happy with that. My AST and ALT indicated back last summer that I had very severe fatty liver disease and very severe liver disease. And so my AST is now 22, which is down 90 from 112, and my ALT is now 27, which is down 111 from 138. Even my white blood count is down significantly since my higher weight days. My white blood count is 7.6 and it was 14.3. White blood count is a sign of infection and a sign of inflammation. So I am clearly in the normal range. This time I did not have my A1C drawn, but I am no longer diabetic. I mean, how great is that, you guys? And you know, so there's just so many great things. My potassium is normal at 4.4. That's actually a rise from 3.8 over my last lab. The range is 3.5 to 5.4, so 4.4 is very, very clearly in the good range. My calcium stayed the same at 9.6. Some of you may recall that I've really struggled with calcium. I take the 3-a-day bone up, and now with my really fancy, nice, big case, I can put all of my bone up in there. I also take magnesium glycinate, and the magnesium glycinate I take is the Cal brand. This is the only magnesium I'm taking outside of my multivitamin. I don't know if it's the right kind, and I don't even know if my magnesium has been checked. So if y'all are taking a different magnesium and have reasons why I should, please let me know, because that is something I wonder about. I'm taking some other calciums just because I don't know. I don't know why. I just am. So I just got this one. It's mini tablets. Okay, yeah, the reason I know why. I don't like the big tablets, and I'm struggling with those. So I'm trying this Rainbow Light, and I kind of was excited because it has spirulina in it, and I know a lot of DSers take spirulina because of our bowel issues. But then when I started researching it, it looks like I'm taking very little spirulina. So additionally, I'm back to taking, because I got it on sale, the Garden of Life Primal Defense Ultra Probiotic. I still eat some yogurt. I do like yogurt a lot, and I don't know how important a probiotic is. It is recommended by my doctor. If I do switch over to the Dr. Stewart vitamin regimen, I may be able to give up some of my vitamins, and that will help me afford a quality probiotic. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see about that. So my calcium is 9.6 in a range of 8.5 to 10.1. My protein went down a little bit to 6.3. That's still in the normal range with my new lab. Some of you recall that I had to switch to a new lab. So that was really interesting to me because the lab ranges are so different. But what was kind of cool is my brother uses the same lab that I went to, and we were able to compare apples to apples, our labs, which was pretty interesting. So my protein is 6.3 on the lower end of normal. I plan to increase my protein. What my doctor wants me to do is he wants me to do about 4 to 5 ounces of food per meal, 3 meals a day, with a shake in between. So it'll be breakfast, 4 to 5 ounces, a shake, lunch, a shake, dinner, and if I need to, a shake. And not to worry about calories too much, definitely get my protein up. And he thinks that the protein shakes will help satiate me and prevent me from any snacking, which I don't do a lot of, but I do some. And of course, to continue tracking. So that's what my current plan is going to be. Oh, one of the things I forgot to mention when I was sharing my awesomeness of this surgery was how much my cholesterol has changed. I always thought I had pretty good cholesterol because I think a lot of that is genetic. And I don't know if I've mentioned, but my grandpa lived to 101. My grandma lived to 100, and so did my great aunt. And I just have a lot of longevity in my family. But my cholesterol was normal pre-op and in my largest days at 193. Below 200 is normal. But my cholesterol is now like super cholesterol, and it is in the 120 to 130 range. Right now, it's currently 124. So I have excellent cholesterol. My triglycerides are now below 100 at 96, down from 248. My HDL has risen. I still take the Core Omega, which I would like to continue taking that. And by reducing my vitamin costs with the Dr. Stewart multivitamin, I can buy more Core Omega. But my my HDL has gone up from 38 to 45, so up 7 points and slowly rising. And then my LDL has come down 45 points from 105 down to 60, and it has decreased 13 points just since July. So that's really great. My ferritin pre-op was 155. We're talking iron now, iron storage. And my ferritin still remains pretty high at 123. But my iron stores are not fantastic. They have risen since July from 66 to 80. My iron, my serum iron is 80. And so I guess that's in the fairly normal range. So I'm excited to see. So since there was an increase from 66 to 80, which is good, maybe I should stick with that iron. I was taking the biotech iron, which we know that biotech's a really great supplement. So we'll have to see. I'm going to try this Carbonyl for 2 months, and then maybe I'll go back to the biotech. I don't know. I don't feel low energy, and I know some of you do. So I think my iron's probably good. Back to my calcium, which I said was normal. My PTH rose slightly. PTH indicates how much calcium your bones are leaching to maintain a normal level. So my PTH was always really excellent. Normal is 15 to 65. Last test it was 16, but this test with a new lab was 24. So I'm really hoping with my new vitamin holder, thanks Joni, that I'm going to be able to do a better job with my calcium. So that should just, be good. Talking vitamin D, and I do use the biotech vitamin D, which a lot of you use. I use 50,000 IU of vitamin D3. Okay, 50,000 IU of vitamin D3. But I don't take it every day. And I know a lot of you take it every day, and some of you take 2 a day. The reason I don't is that pre-op, my vitamin D was 29, which is kind of low. I do live in a very sunny environment, but I am very homebound, very housebound. And so I wasn't real surprised with the 29, which normal is 30 to 100. I began taking the D3 right after surgery. They're very, very tiny. This is what they look like. Very, very tiny. So I began taking them almost immediately. And at my 1-month labs, my vitamin D3 was 98. So taking 1 a day early post-op took my vitamin D from uh, 29 to 98 in a month. So I decided I probably didn't need to be taking the D3 every single day. And from that first month's appointment, I dropped it down to 3 times a week. And my doctor was good with that. He kind of thinks it's crazy that I'm taking as much as I am. And he pretty much wants me taking bariatric vitamins, but I'm not going that route. So anyway, I'm taking the biotech D3 and my 3 times a week, and my vitamin D has dropped. So at the 1 month mark, I was 98. At the next labs, I was 66, and now it's down to 55. So I want to bring it up to at least 80. So I'm going to go back to daily, and I'm going back to the doctor in 3 months. And we're going to do labs again. I thought I would only have to go at the 6-month mark, but no, we're going to do 3 months, and that's what the plan is. So I'm going to increase my D. Now, my E, I take this E. This is Dry E 400. I do not take the Biotech E because it doesn't say it's dry, but a lot of people say that it is, even though it doesn't say it is. So I don't know. I've tried to stick with a dry E, but I haven't been taking 2 a day. I've only been taking 1 a day, and I think I'm going to increase to 2 a day. My E is normal. The range is 5.5 to 18. I'm at 10.1, but my previous lab was 11.7. Now, different lab, but anyway, I'm thinking that I'm going to double my E. The K I take is this one. This I just did an order, and this is a new one I'm taking. This is Ultra Vitamin K. I'm taking 2,400 micrograms a day of vitamin K, 100 micrograms of vitamin K2, 1,000 micrograms, which is 1 microgram of vitamin K, which is the phytonadione, and 1,300 micrograms of vitamin K2 monoquinone 4. So it's called the Ultra Vitamin K Complex. Once again, you know, I just struggle with knowing if I'm taking the right thing. The ones that I think are dry of the vitamin K, they have the phytonadione. So I'm hoping that it's phytonadione, and I'm hoping that it's dry. But gosh, guys, any input on this vitamin? It was much lower cost than what I had been taking, but my vitamin K is low. Normal is 0.22 to 4.88, and I'm at only 1.3. So, and that's just K1. That's just testing K1, not K2. So, yeah, don't know about that. I am taking the Sam's Club cherry flavored lozenge. This is B12. 5,000 micrograms, and of course my B12 is off the charts high, over 2,000. Finally, I think my vitamin A is the Biotech. I had only been taking, I was taking 1 a day, and then with my last lab, which my vitamin A was 42, which was mid-range, 20 to 65 being normal. I started doing 1 a day and then 2 a day every other day. And now I've decided that I need to up my vitamin D to twice a day, which a lot of you take. So further out, you know, I am needing to increase some things. I am using chelated copper, which I got from VitaCost. I got some pretty good deals around Black Friday. It was buy one, get one half price. Chelated zinc, which Joni has a real problem with her zinc. It's not coated, and it's really nasty tasting, and she hates it super much. Look how tiny this little tablet little capsule is. So that's what I'm taking right now for chelated zinc. And then I also take B1, which I'm taking the VitaCost B1, which is 500 micrograms of thiamine B1. So that's not everything, but that's a lot of what I take. I guess that's about it. I did not have my zinc lab drawn. I did not have my zinc lab drawn last month. My doctor said he only draws zinc once a year, but the last time I had a lab draw, they drew the zinc, but there was a problem with it. So I kind of hoped I'd get a zinc draw this time, but I didn't. And I did talk to the doctor about the hives I'm continuing to have, but he says he can't see any reason I'd be having that as a vitamin deficiency. So to be honest with you, I'm going to try to get my zinc level up and my A level up and hope that that helps resolve some of the issues I'm having with hives. But I'm just not sure. So I hope if you've stuck with me this long, you are you're a saint, let me tell you, because I know this was not that interesting. But it's important for us to compare and share. And I want to thank Lisa Pickens for all of her help this week too in calming me down and keeping me grounded. She has been just an angel to me. And finally, I want to shout out my friend Shrinking Dixie DS. She's in Canada, and I'm really hoping she comes down to WLSFA in San Antonio in June, and we're working on that. And I know a lot of us are trying to get together, so we would love to have you get together with us. But anyway, Dixie and I have been in this stall together, and we are 1 month apart from our surgeries. And so one of the things we've decided to do, just total accountability, total just, you know, I need you, friend. We are going to be sharing everything we eat in Messenger, and we are going to be taking pictures and discussing what we're eating throughout the day. We are struggling with being hungry, and we are struggling with our knowing the right calorie range, and so we're going to be doing that. So I will keep you posted through the month of December on this thing we're doing. And I'm just really excited about it. I think it's going to be very, very helpful. I know a lot of people are doing a photo a day, photos of their food and putting it on Facebook. I've seen Watch Kitty Shrink and Foodie Turn Sleevey and Losing It For Me 42 and Cindy VSG. All are doing that, and I think that's awesome. There's probably others, but I'm watching you guys. I'm seeing it. But anyway, guys, we got this. We got this. What a community we have. So I love you all so much. I thank everyone that I've mentioned this week for all your help and support. And God bless y'all from the heart of Texas. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.